Yeah, it's someone like it was Cole Smith when I was a kid. He was from Narrabeen. He was a very, very radical surfer. All his turns were like big U-turns. That's all he did, big U-turns. It was sort of vertical surfing all the time. And the first time I saw him surf, and it was kind of rare back then to see the whole board kind of above the lip. And he, you know, was single fin time, but it's he was constantly doing it, and I was just so enamored by him, you know, like, and he was God, and so he welcomed me down to Narrabeen. I used to shape his boards. In fact, he used to be able to shape a board. I watched him shape a board in under 30 minutes from the blank. Because he'd just stand over it, and he'd have a cigarette in his mouth, and just, you know, he'd come out, it's just block, but he did make me some fantastic boards, by the way. But his nature was very magnetic. People like Michael Peterson, you know, people like this that had this sort of stuff to them, you know, it was just so, you know, magnetic. It pulled me in. You know, but I think style, you know, it's such a big thing in surfing for us, you know, and actually we're starting to get so much better at it in surfing all around, and I think it's such a, you know, it's the advancement of surfing. Like these kids today, they can surf a pool, and then they can see it on the phone, and then they can sort of recognise what they're going to do on the next wave in a second and improve if they're that frothy. I think I heard just recently on this big study on the effect, you know, what makes that top tier performer, athlete, whatever, at their very best, how that there's that really elite level. What's the difference between them and that other crew who are really, really good, but they're not the elite? And there's a moment when we fuck up, right? Something. And it's the level that you come back to whatever you're doing, whatever you want to do, the level of enthusiasm that you come back to it to do it better, right? That is the big decider, right? So if you're stuck in it going, oh God, I've done it better, you kind of, I should have done it better. If you're in that, you're not gonna, it's not gonna happen. But if you're going, frothing, I'm gonna do it like this, you know, I know I'm gonna look and you start visualising it. That's the difference. But anyway, get a little bit frothy myself. It's still there. Doesn't go. Any more questions? Yeah, in the middle there?
Do you want to do one more?
One more and we'll wrap it.
Directed at you, but Rob started surfing in 83. You pretty much started surfing on foamies, I'd imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. So you surfed through single fins, twin fins and everything here. Going back to the movie, the start of it, the shack. You guys been there?
The
Heritage Museum?
yes, I have. The
Yeah.
Heritage Museum is amazing, isn't it, Rob?
Okay, mate, the waves that you've ridden and boards that you've ridden over the years, how humbling is it to go in there and see the stuff that the guys really started on before Dick started as well, you know, like going back in the 50s where, you know, these guys are...
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want to try and take off and wind me a Bay up there,
Right,
right?
yeah, how
That is
crazy,
just
how humbling it is when the waves that you've surfed and the boards that you've surfed over the years, where you go in there and look at the stuff that, you know, where it all started. Hey, how was it for you to go in there?
I mean, yeah, I had no chance. You know, you look at what those guys write. My friend has a solid redwood, you know, like, I forget the name of it, but what the Hawaiians used to ride. Holo, yeah. And I couldn't drag the thing down the beach. It weighed like 100 pounds, you know, and you get out in the water on it, and it's kind of half underwater, and then you try to, you know, you're like spinning your legs. All right, I gotta turn this thing around. You gotta turn it around before you see the third wave of the set. You're like, oh, yeah, I want that one. Okay, you know, and you realize, like, wow, like kind of equipment, you know, learn and go through the trial and error process and figure it all out. Like it's insane. So like we're like, I mean, I look back at the boards I started surfing on, and I'm like, wow, that thing's hunk, like, crap, you know. But the even boards have evolved so much in just our lifespan. You know, when you think back, when you look back, like you're saying, at the museum and you see where we came from, it's really kind of neat.
Yeah, go there. If you're in California, go to San Clemente. If you're enthusiastic about surfing, go and see that. It's a really comprehensive museum.
And if anything, maybe you get to meet Dick and
Yeah.